such a beautiful day.
It sure is, Sayori. It was a good idea for us to come here.
I concur. It's very nice to get some fresh air.
I wanted to go to the beach, but the park is nice too.
I wanted to play video games, but here I am.
Aw, come on, MC. Look, let's go on the swings. I didn't do it this time.
Where am I? Monika? Natsuki? When did Sayori and Yuri get here? And who was that?
I'm MC.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, this is MC. Your friend, remember?
What are you talking about? I'm not friends with MC.
Oh.
Wait a minute, hold on. Are we not gonna talk about the fact that Cyanide is missing his legs?
And that his mouth isn't matching with the words he's saying?
And that he just came out of a portal?
Are we doing a bit or something?
No, we're not doing a bit. Where the hell did you come from anyway? You're not our Cyanide.
Apparently not, because you sound different anyway. But anyway, I came from another universe, I guess. Different timeline, maybe?
Are you still a YouTuber?
Yeah, I'm a YouTuber.
What do you do?
I review TV, anime, video games, all that stuff with R3S6, Monika, Natsuki, and Woken Matt Hardy.
Who's Woken Matt Hardy?
Your boyfriend?
What?
Monika, you didn't tell me you had a boyfriend.
I don't.
Are any of us with anyone?
I don't fucking know. 3 of you weren't even around.
I see.
Anyway, you 3 fucking abandoned me.
What?
No, we wouldn't.
Well, you did. And I'm still pretty upset with y'all about it.
Okay, but we didn't. We're not even from your timeline anyway.
Look, let's all just calm down. Can you tell us why we left?
Because I got anal probed.
Natsuki!
What? Come on, that's funny.
No, it's not.
I mean, come on, you got a thing stuck up your butt. It's pretty funny.
Natsuki, cut it out!
All right. I got it out of my system.
Okay, so, Cyanide, was there anything else that happened?
No, not really. That was pretty much it. Oh, come on. That's not even funny.
Sorry. I was still thinking about anal probe.
I want to go home.
Don't get anal probe.
Natsuki!
Whoa, where am I? Is this still Fort Inkei? I didn't know there was a mansion here. Maybe they can help me out.
Yo, Cyanide, what's up, man?
Kazuma, what are you doing here?
I live here. Wait, I don't even think I ever showed you around. Come on in.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Cyanide.
Hey, Cyanide! Cyanide, welcome.
Yeah, hi. Anyway, when did you guys move to this mansion?
Like, a few weeks after we got into this world? Are you feeling alright, Cyanide?
Yeah, you kind of look different, too.
Actually, yeah, now that you mention it, I do notice a difference.
Yeah, you kind of remind me of, Hey, Kazuma, what's that one robot's name from those Star Wars movies?
C-3PO?
Yeah, that.
C-3PO? I've heard Weird White Ultron before, but C-3PO, that's a new one.
Come to think of it, I didn't see your Jeep in the driveway.
I don't have a Jeep. Not anymore, at least.
Still, no other car out there. How did you get here?
I went through a portal.
Wait, really?
Oh, like us!
That's not how you guys got here where I come from.
What happened?
Our worlds merged.
Really?
Yeah.
Our worlds merged? How bad was the damage?
No damage.
Seriously?
That doesn't sound real.
Well, it was. And you guys sounded different too. Except for you, Cosmo, you seem like a constant here.
Yeah, I'm pretty great.
Anyway, I want to get home, but I have no idea how to get there from here. Can you guys help me out with...
Oh, man!
What? What is it?
Dude, what is that?
What do you mean? I just turned my head.
Stop doing that!
It's so weird! I don't like it.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Oh, come the fuck on. Alright, I'll turn my head this way. Is that better?
Oh, yes,
much better,
a lot
Shucaisan.
better.
Alright, can you take me home, please?
Alright, yeah, I'll take you.
Finally. Home sweet home. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, damn it, I can't do that. What the hell is this? Dude, I'm you from another timeline. And I'm you from another timeline. I think my timeline is pretty similar to that guy's too. Yeah, I think so too. So, you guys want to come in? Oh, yeah, sure, let's do it.
Yo, Cyanide! Mind if I come over too?
Maybe later, man. I'm gonna go play with myself.
Ugh, damn it.
Damn, man, you got less stuff than I do. Damn, dude, you have more stuff than I do. What do you have? Man, I just got a couch, a chair, a TV, and a lamp. I got fuck all. Yeah, I remember those days. Though I had another living room. The fuck? Oh yeah, I forgot. I had another living room too. Y'all had 2 living rooms? Yeah? You say that like you don't have 2 living rooms. I don't! Nah, that sounds like cap. Hold on, I'm gonna go look. He's gonna be disappointed. I don't have another living room. Okay, maybe I have to say it out loud? I'm thinking of Natsuki's room. Oh, come on! Couldn't find the other living room, huh? Yeah, no shit. I can't even go to the others' rooms either. Because I only have 2 rooms? What? Where do Monika and Natsuki sleep? In their own house? What? They don't live here? No. Well, that explains why Kazuma has his own mansion. Well, yeah, he's still in the Konosuba world. Not in this guy's world, apparently. Kazuma and his party came here through a portal. What? How is that a surprise to you guys? Our worlds merged in my timeline. Yeah, same with mine. How does that even make sense logistically? I don't know. The Earth grew or something? I guess, but that probably makes shit complicated. I don't care, I just wanted to play a mid-ass isekai fighting game. Oh yeah, that game sucked. There was a mid-isekai fighting game? Do you not have it here? No? God, I envy you. So what do you guys do? Well, I made reviews. What kind? You know, anime, video games, TV, that shit. Alright. Yeah, I stopped shortly after because I got anal probed. No! Yeah. Yeah, I remember that happening to me too. That was fucking painful. Really? You too? Yeah, my timeline's the same as his, remember? Alright. So what about you? What do you do? Job or hobbies? Both, I guess. Oh, well, I don't have a job. How do you pay your bills? Do you get checks from the government or something? No. Woken Matt Hardy pays my bills. What? Dude, you're capping hard. No, I believe it. Matt Hardy paid mine too. There is no way you guys are friends with a wrestler who pays your bills. Well, we are. Yeah, he's Monika's boyfriend. Wait, how does that make sense? Oh, because they like deleting things. Yeah, because they like deleting things. Okay then. How would they meet? Through the computer. Oh, so Tinder? No, literally through the computer. What? Yeah, there was some file messing with their game, and I had them look into it. Turned out it was Matt Hardy. Yeah, then he made the whole review show a reality. That is so weird. Well, it happened. Okay. Anyway, what do you do then? Just hung out with my friends. We all lived in the same house. Well, that explains why you got confused when I said the Dokis and Kazuma's party live in their own places. Wait, how would that work? I don't know. I guess my house was a shapeshifter or something. Uh-huh. What about you? I mean, I'm trying to search for a job. I worked at Freddy Fazbear's for a night, but that didn't last long. I hope you got paid well for that. I did not. Ah, rip. Well, at least you guys still got something. My timeline pretty much got destroyed. What? That went from 0 to 100 real quick. How did that happen? I don't even know, man. It all happened so fast. One minute I was still recovering from the anal probe. Next thing I know, there's this big flash of light, and all of a sudden, everyone's gone. Except for R3, but he got fucked up. Oh, damn, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, but at least R3 stuck around till the end. Yeah, R3's a pro. Shame I lost him with my house. Oh, damn, your house too? So, what, you're like a rover? Or a wanderer? Or, you know, a nomad, a vagabond, call me what you will. Ah. But I'll take my time anywhere. Free to speak my mind anywhere. And I'll redefine anywhere. Anywhere I roam. Where I lay my head is home. Yeah. Holy shit, dude, that was fucking awesome. Yo, that's awesome. Holy shit, that's amazing. Awesome. We should start a band. Yeah. Alright, I want to know something. What do you guys think of Wiz? Oh, Wiz. Oh, nice, we all agree on something. Yeah, man, Wiz is amazing. For real, dog. Most gorgeous lich ever. Yeah, you right. So what's the status with you guys? I didn't get very far. Really? Not even after everything with the shit? Not even then. Anyway, what about you guys? Well, she's my girlfriend.
Nice.
Lucky. Yep, run the shop with her and everything. Back in her world? No, here in Fort Inke. Fort Inke? That's what we're calling the city? Yeah, it means Fort Penis apparently. Oh, god damn it. Anything special? What do you mean? You know, like kissing, hugging, all that stuff. Oh, my head was on her boobs once when she was comforting me when JFK threw out my meds. JFK, what the fuck? The mayor? He's mayor here? Yeah, he's the mayor. Huh, not in my timeline. Anyway, and after that, when we became an item, she kissed me on the cheek twice. Oh, lucky. That's nice, dude. What about you? Well, we might be a couple. Might. Peep the portrait. Oh, what? Oh, damn, dude. Did you make that? No, she did. She got that for me for Christmas. Yeah, you gotta be a couple by this point. No shot you're not. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I did rest my head on her boobs twice. What? And we kissed on Christmas. Yeah, on the cheek, right? Nope, on the lips.
Oh, what?
Yep. How did it feel? You know how you have a mint and you take a swig of cold water? Yeah. It was like that. We're not worthy. 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 You guys do anything crazy? Die? You got isekai too, right? I imagine we all did. How else will we meet Kazuma and the others? What'd you guys do there? Just reviewed Konosuba. Yeah, I remember that. Then the worlds merged. Yep. What about you, newbie? Oh, I was there for a while. Really? Yeah, I stayed at the mansion and worked at Wiz's shop for the most part. You know I love her, but I bet you couldn't sell anything that she sells originally. Oh no, I did. What? Yeah, it's called pitching and rebranding. Huh, smart. Oh, come on, surely that's not all you did. You're right, I got my guns upgraded by Vanir. Whoa, you met Vanir? Sure did. What did you think of him? Well, I wanted to fucking kill him whenever he hurt Wiz. Yeah, I would too. I mean, I get why he did it. I mean, as much as we all love her, I think we can all agree that her business sense is not much to be desired. Yeah, true. I had to share the shop with Sammy. Sammy? Who the fuck is Sammy? Oh, it's this Pringles looking dude. He had a car dealership before that got destroyed by Boba Fett. Boba Fett? Weird. You know, I think I recall seeing a Boba Fett in court during Megumin's trial. There's a lot of shit going on in this timeline, isn't there? Man, don't you also have a ghoul, a talking dog, and a talking AK-47 living with you? Yeah, and a talking car. But I don't want to talk about that one, though. Yeah, fair, I guess. Speaking of guns, you ever kill someone? Yeah, I killed a pedophile in the shooting range. I'm amazed they'd even be allowed in. Yeah, same here. Thankfully, I didn't go to jail for it. I mean, I killed Mickey Mouse and I didn't go to jail either. What, you killed Mickey Mouse? Yeah, little fucker tried to take my house and R3. Oh, well fuck him then. Anyone else? Well, just some Freddy Freakers in the fantasy world. I fucking knew he was there. What about you? Well, besides the pedo, I killed Kazuma. Whoa, what? Why'd you do that? He trolled way too much. Ah, I see. Speaking of Kazuma, he's been waiting out there for a while, huh? Oh, yeah, we should really head out, shouldn't we? Yeah, let's bounce. Alright, let's go.
Hey, Kazuma, what are you doing here?
Waiting for Cyanide.
Hey, Kazuma. What are you doing at Cyanide's?
Just told Wiz and Yunyun that I'm waiting for him.
Hope he didn't get anal probed again.
Natsuki, knock it off!
What are you talking about, Natsuki?
Yeah, what are we missing here?
Hey, did you drop Cyanide off yet? Cyanide was with you?
I thought you were waiting for him.
I am. Okay, this is getting confusing.
Yeah. First, Cyanide was at the park with no legs. And now Kazuma's waiting for him, even though he was at his mansion.
That's not... it's a bit more complicated than that.
What do you mean? Whoa.
Wow.
This is getting out of hand. Now there's 3 of them?
Whoa.
See what I mean?
Oh man, look at that beautiful lich. She's just as wonderful as in my timeline. Hey, get your own! I don't have my own. I do. Fuck you.
Hey, Cyanides! You have guests waiting here.
Oh, right, sorry.
Okay, so how did this happen? That one came in through a portal by our mansion.
Yeah, the C-3PO looking one.
C-3PO? The fuck? Yeah, it's new to me too.
And the one without legs came in through a portal while we were at the park. I am way too used to seeing Cyanide with legs. The other one looks so weird.
Yeah, thanks!
Could be worse. The other one with legs looks weird when he turns his head.
What do you mean?
Here, look. Hey, other Cyanide? Turn your head.
Okay.
No, the other way.
But you said you didn't want me to do that.
Just do it, dude.
Alright.
What is that?
Oh my goodness!
Alright, I get it. It looks weird.
Alright, look. 1 cyanide is enough to deal with, but 3's too much. Yeah, who knows what the ramifications will be if we keep the other 2 here.
Wait, Monika, don't you have a powerful keyboard you use?
Yeah, how do you know about that?
Sayori told me.
Oh, right. You guys came through the portal she made. Yeah, I could get the other cyanides back to their timelines.
That's fine by me. Not to me. I don't have a home to go back to.
Wait, you didn't mention that.
Yeah, you just mentioned that we abandoned you after you got probed.
Wow.
Fuck off, Kazuma!
Natsuki, how could you?
What? It's not like it was actually us.
Surely you have a version of me in your timeline. Why didn't you ask me for help?
I did! But every time I called you, you always said, sorry man, we have to do a quest. Or, sorry man, Aqua's being a bitch right now. Or even, not now man, I'm jacking off.
What?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Hey!
We'll talk about that later, you stupid neat.
I didn't do anything!
Okay, everyone, relax. Now,
Just call him Cyanide 2. The other one could be Cyanide 3. Oh, what? Why am I Cyanide 2 when I came first? And why am I Cyanide 3? Look, I surpassed the both of you now, so just shut up and accept it. Fine.
Now, Cyanide 2, can you tell us what happened to your world?
It got destroyed. Don't know how or why, but it did. Even R3, the only bro I could rely on, got destroyed.
I guess R3's loyalty was a constant here, huh?
Yeah, it looks like all 3 cyanides have a bond with R3.
Of course we do. He's a bro.
Well, now that complicates things. So, what are we going to do with you then?
You guys said you have guns, right? Yeah. You might as well shoot me. Whoa, okay, whoa. I am not comfortable with that. Yeah, neither am I. Didn't you kill a pedophile 3? Yeah, but that was a negligent discharge. That kinda sounds like a cop-out so you wouldn't go to jail. Yeah, it kinda does, doesn't it? Didn't you kill Kazuma too?
What?
Well, I mean, yeah, but like...
You shot me?
You took Wiz's panties, and you splooged in them. Yeah, I'd do the same in that situation.
Dude!
But even then, he was also trolling, and we had the Aqua to revive him after. But you? You didn't do anything. Ugh, fine. What about you, newbie? I've only killed monsters, dude. I've never killed a human. Didn't you say you killed Mickey Mouse? Never mind. Come on, guys, this would be a mercy kill. You're just putting me out of my misery. That's still pretty fucked, dude. Yeah, not gonna lie, I don't want killing an innocent person on my conscience. Ugh, you pussies. Alright. Hey, Dokies, what was getting deleted like?
Not too bad. Wait, what? Monika, what do you mean? I get Sayori because she hung herself, and Yuri because she stabbed herself, but how was it painful for you?
My only theory is my own power with the console is what made it painful.
Huh. So I guess it's 50-50 for you, dude.
Whatever, I'll take my chances. Monika, can you delete me, please?
Okay. Let me just get everything prepared.
Hey, dude, I think you should do something for him. Like what? What do you... Oh no, that's out of the question. Look at him, dude. He wasn't lucky like we were. I'm not asking for anything crazy. Just a hug from Wiz. Send him on a high note, you know? Besides, it's quite literally you. I hate that you're right. Hey, Wiz?
On it! You deserve a happy ending, Cyanide.
You did the right thing, dude. Hey, Cyanide? You didn't have to do that, but thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, no worries.
Okay, Cyanide 2, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Alright then, here we go.
Thanks for everything, guys. Take care of yourselves. That was kinda... bittersweet. Yeah, but at least it was painless. Unlike what either of us would have done. Yeah, you're probably right. Well, I think it's time for me to go back to my timeline.
Okay, Cyanide 3, I found your timeline's coordinates. Are you ready to go back home?
Yes, ma'am. I got friends and a beautiful list to return to.
Alright then, here it goes.
Take care, Cyanide. You're bound for great things, brother. Damn, even that's still bittersweet.
Everything will be okay, Cyanide.
So that's it then? Nothing crazy's going to happen? I guess not. We kinda just nipped it in the bud, so there's really no consequences here.
Well, that's lame. I wanted to blow something up.
No explosions here, Megumin.
Fine.
So, what now?
You guys want to watch a movie?
That sounds like
Sounds pleasant.